All right. Every month seems to be pretty busy, so I went directly to show on each region. On Region 1, we have 72%. On Region 5, we're at 75%. Region 3, we got 69. Region 4, 76. Region 5 is a little behind at 58. So overall, we're in the 70s. So when you look at the overall project, we're sitting at about close to 70%, 69% right now. So a lot of stuff has been happening. So when we look at the current activities, obviously we had a big focus on the state fair, so that kind of froze some of the activities that we were doing. We want to make sure that that was successful. We also presented to the Iowa Association of Counties, which was actually very good experience because we had the opportunity to share with a lot of folks about the progress of the system, and that was news to a lot of people. So we got a lot of visibility for that and a lot of interest because of that as well. We're currently working on the Des Moines site reconfiguration, which we're planning for, and that has to do with some work that's being done at the rooftop that we have to pull down the site for a small amount of time while they fix the roofing, and then we can reinstall some of the equipment. Part of that is also the integration into that particular site into the Westcom cell. We've been doing a lot of civil site completion work right now. So we're working on the certification. So we have the state and a consultant and our team working throughout the sites. And that in itself is a pretty big undertaking because we're kind of spread throughout the state. So as an example, these are all the sites that we are looking to have completion certification for the state right now. So pretty busy. As I mentioned, we're close to 50 sites right now. And we wanted to more, but some of them kind of fall out into the next quarter, which is fine. We kind of manage everything on a quarterly basis. So if it falls into next week or even a couple of days after, we don't count it in here. So obviously a lot of activity. We've been here since Sunday, visiting all the sites, and so we're kind of spread a little bit thin right now because we want to make sure that we have the right people walking all the sites. So that in itself is a huge milestone because we're still on track to getting, I would say, at least 95% of the sites done by the end of the year. All right, so we continue with the microwave dish installation, which is a parallel process, and that involves some of the optimization and the tuning so that sites can see each other. We had some administrative issues with power. We've overcome those, and now it's just a matter of dealing with all the backlogs of sites. So we had sites completed. We just needed to apply the power to them so we can light up the tower lights, particularly the new towers that we have scattered throughout the state. We had issues with getting power to the actual site. So some of that was process specific. So we figured out that we actually have to go through the fire marshal for the state in order to get those certified so that we can power those sites up. We've been doing it on a county by county basis. Every county and every city does it differently. So it's not a cookie cutter approach, so that was kind of complicating the process. So now it's just a matter of getting into the queues and scheduling all those power ups so we can do that. We're still working in the internal process within the state to have the DNR sites locked. I think we're still in pretty good shapes. We only have, I think it's only 2 DNR sites that we're working on right now, so they're not showstoppers. We had 2 sites that were rejected, as I mentioned this before. The first site, we actually have we've identified a fix, and even though we lost time on it, we had to reset the regulatories because of the move. We've actually recovered some of that, so we're still going to be able to have that site built by the end of the year. And then the last one here, this particular county also rejected us. So we've identified an option that would basically just forego the county. We're still working with the county so that we can build there, but if not, then we'll switch over to this secondary site so that it no longer becomes the critical path. We've also identified all the lease sites, and they are ready to go. We haven't hit the go button on those yet, just in case some of the other sites fall off. We usually leave the lease sites for last because those are the most difficult to deal with. So the option is we go lease if we really can't do anything else. So we've identified those. We have right now, if, for example, this particular site here, the critical path, if we go lease with that one, we would have a total of 6 lease sites for the state, which is not bad when you consider the amount of tower sites we have scattered throughout the state. That's all I had.
Thank you, Melvin. Any questions for Melvin? Okay. Thank you, Melvin.
Thank you.